Hey everyone, Andy Rafael from eTeknix.com, and we all know and love the Lian Li Lancool II. Well now, they've got the Lancool II Mesh, and you never guess what it's got included. It's mesh. Let's do this. Cool off with Cougar's Helor 240mm liquid cooling AIO. With a built-in flow meter and a blinding amount of addressable RGB, it's the perfect solution for powerful CPU cooling with astounding visuals. Check out the link in the description to find out more. So with the new Lancool II Mesh, there's actually technically three models. We have the Black Edition Performance, like we've got here. There's a black RGB version, and there's also a white RGB version. I guess when looking at the pricing, you're going to be looking at $90 for the black versions and $95 for the white version. Very kind of comparative to Be Quiet with their Pure Base 500 DX. But is this any better? So as I mentioned, we've got the Performance Black model. What that essentially means is that there are two 140mm fans in the front and a single 120mm in the back. If you decide to go for either the black RGB version or the white RGB version, the fan configuration changes ever so slightly with three 120mm RGB fans, of course, in the front. So with the Lancool II Mesh, it's all based around mesh and airflow, and that's where they've tried to take the whole case design. So what you will find with the performance version, it does have a little fan controller on the top, which allows you to kind of ramp up the fan from the slowest speed all the way up to maximum. So with the case being the Mesh edition, it's all about airflow, and you can see it's pretty prevalent in the front of the case. I mean, the whole front panel is full mesh, and it is actually a metal mesh as opposed to one of them nylon meshes, so it's going to be obviously very durable. It also has a mesh panel on the side, which is quite interesting to see. It does have sort of the ability to bring airflow in over the hard drives, the power supply, and there's a little bit of a secret inside to really sort of help with the airflow and assist it in the main chamber of the case. So obviously when you are designing a case to have mesh on it, the design choices can get a little bit, let's say, clumsy, but I think they've actually made a really good job having that curvature on the front, which allows airflow to kind of come in at different angles, which should in theory kind of, help with performance. With this mesh panel here, I actually really like the idea behind this, because you'd either be constrained, as we've seen on many cases in the past, by having a larger tempered glass panel, which really serves no purpose over here, or just having a solid panel like we saw on the original Lancool II. Allowing it to kind of have this airflow, I don't know, it just seems like a logical choice, and I don't know why we've never seen that on kind of a mainstream case, especially at this price point, until now. So one thing that I actually really loved on the original Lancool II was these glass hinged side panels. They are removable, which kind of makes things a little bit easier to get inside the case and actually really start working on the parts that kind of matter, the main components. And this is the same for both sides. The only thing that I guess is a little bit of a niggly thing for me is to take that glass panel off, you do have to open this first so that you can bring that panel out. It's just a little bit of an odd one, but to be fair, at this price point of sort of $90, I don't think you really have much room to complain. So with the front panel, as you'd expect, fully removable, and it actually removes quite easily compared to a lot of cases out there. It feels very, very solid. I mean, that's not going anywhere. So while our performance model has these two 140mm fans included, I did mention earlier you can actually fit three 120mm fans, and that's what comes with the RGB version. Now the beauty of this is it actually has, very much like the non-mesh version, this panel which comes out and then comes out like this, and it allows you to unscrew the fans nice and easily. You can actually rotate this round, and based on the literature that Lian Li have actually sent to us, it seems like there's 4 configurations for this. So no matter what you're trying to do, like I mentioned, whether it be air cooling, whether it be AIO, whether it be custom loop liquid cooling, you've kind of got the ability to do anything. And especially when it comes to custom loop, that does allow you to go with slightly thicker radiators, because you have that extra panel gap between the main part of the chassis and, you can see from here, how much space you actually have for the fans. So if you are going for, say, a slightly thicker radiator, from what I've read, you can actually go up to quite a whopping size. I think it's 110mm. What you do is just simply unscrew this panel, and then you will find that with the front bracket, there's kind of 2 sets of grooves. And if you go into the other set of grooves, it just brings it back a little bit more. So then the fans kind of sit a little bit back, and it just gives you this extra space to work with. So really you are getting quite a lot of support when it comes to custom loop for $90. So with a lot of cases, they do kind of have this cutout, very much, like we can see here. And normally it's because you want to see your power supply. You might be using one of the Asus ROG Thor power supplies with that little LCD screen. Well, this isn't actually for that, because you're never going to see it. So instead it is really for the whole airflow aspect, but I don't know how much airflow that's really going to give to your power supply, because generally on that side of a power supply, there's no openings or anything. Now for anyone who's kind of, I don't know, living in the past a little bit, it has actually got 3 mechanical hard drive bays. The problem is, they actually list this as toolless. Well, it kind of is. You remove it from the other side, but when you take this out, well, firstly it's plastic, which I'm not overly keen on, probably the cheapest part of the case, but you actually have to use like screws, like physical screws, like real metal screws. That's not toolless at all. Now, as far as cases go in terms of their form factor, this is actually pretty small in the grand scheme of things. It's not really much bigger than some of its competitors out there, like the PureBase 500 and the PureBase 500DX. Offerings from Fractal as well. And you will find that you can actually get quite a lot sort of inside. So firstly, eTeknix support. It has a large motherboard cutout as well, so you can get to the rear of it if you're changing up your cooling solution and don't want to take it out. It has got this panel here, which is removable in case you are using an eTeknix motherboard and maybe, you know, your cables don't quite fit the way that you want, so you can take that out. It does also have space here, and this is what I was kind of, I guess, touching on earlier in terms of the airflow. So these are SSD mounts, but you can remove them and fit 2 120mm fans, meaning that the airflow comes in and gets brought up and exhausted out the back, and also exhausted out the top, where you have this honeycomb kind of mesh mixture. You also do get the removable dust filter in case you want to clean it. You get honeycomb around the fan. You also get this panel down here. You get your typical 7 expansion slots, which are all ventilated as well. I mean, there's not really much of this case that isn't ventilated. It's pretty damn impressive. And there's a lot of cutouts at the top as well for extra cables. So yeah, I like it. So there is also space here for cable management. So you're talking your front panel HD audio connector, your USB connectors. Little bit weird. This doesn't come with USB Type-C, but it actually has a kind of space for it. It's optional. I'm just saying, for the extra little bit of money, I personally would have liked to have seen it, especially the fact that the PureBase 500DX actually does come with it, but is a little bit more expensive MSRP. I actually like the fact that it has a tempered glass panel on this side. It's removable and a hinge as well, just like the other side. And I guess the other part of that side is very similar to what we're expecting with this. We have SSD mounts here. We have SSD mounts here. Other than that, everything's pretty hidden, and I like that. In terms of cable management, you can't really go wrong. Simple thumb screw, take that off, and it will show you all of your relevant cables. And this just comes off, nice and simple. And then you get exactly the same behind the motherboard tray. Unscrew it, and it comes off. This allows you to kind of get involved and do what you need to do, and then get everything neat and tidy. I mean, frankly, you don't even need to really go that neat and tidy. But if you did want to, you could always get a pack of eTeknix cable ties. Or tweezers, I forget what they're actually called. Either way, this is kind of what we're left with. You do have some kind of space for some cable ties here, there, and everywhere. And on the performance model, you do find that you get this controller for all of your fans. So obviously the front 2 and the rear 1 that are already pre-supplied with the case are already plugged in. But you can actually fit up to 6 fans into this hub, which gives you the room, again, to put extra fans at the top. Just kind of seems to have everything. Now, going back to the whole toolless design as well for the drives, this is where it gets a little bit interesting, because it says it's toolless. It's not. You need a screwdriver. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed that they've kind of over-tightened it, but I get the general premise. You can unscrew that, you can slide it back and forth, or you can remove it completely, which will give you more room again for radiator support. So looking at this case, and giving my opinion really, it seems like it's got absolutely everything, but for those who maybe want a little bit more, there are some optional extras. So you're talking an anti-GPU sag bracket that can be bought for it. You can actually get a vertical GPU mount for it, like we've seen on the original Lancool II. There's even a hot swappable backplate for your hard drives. I can't really see too many people buying that, but the GPU mount and the anti-sag bracket, potentially. How much extra they are at the moment is kind of, anyone's guess, because I don't know whether they're going to be using the same ones that they use for the Lancool II on the mesh version, but in theory they should be, so you should be able to see exactly how much that costs in your country. Overall though, I actually really like the case, and I kind of looked at it and said, yes, compared to the PureBase 500DX, seems to maybe have a little bit more, especially in terms of kind of the general airflow. Performance should be very, very good in this. There's a few little gripes that I have, mainly the fact that it doesn't have Type-C on the top. I think really they probably could have sold this at $5 more expensive, and included Type-C. Just in all honesty, I think that may be the way to go. I also would have liked to have had the RGB version here just to kind of see how that would look, how it would shine through the mesh and everything. But in all honesty, I think the performance version is going to be good. But I don't know exactly how these fans are going to stand up compared to maybe some of the other competition out there. In terms of other support that it has and everything, it's pretty much got you covered from all angles. Whether you're an enthusiast user, whether you're a novice user, I think novice users are going to find it very easy to build in because of how open plan it is. In terms of enthusiast users, I think you're going to find it a dream to work in because of the radiator support that you have, that extra kind of space in the front up to 110 mil. The fact that you've got huge amount of space at the top for fans, AIOs, custom loop. You could even fit, and this is a pretty cool product, the FLT range from EK. That could go into the rear. There's your reservoir, giving you kind of extra space as well. This has a pump included. So maybe that's kind of the way that you go. And the fact that you can hide all your cables, make everything look very, very nice on the back. Tempered glass panel on, job done, plenty of ventilation for $90. Pretty damn impressive. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. And while I have got you, you've probably seen throughout this video, we've had all this stuff sort of sitting here. This is the new eTeknix merch, which is going to be available on store.eteknix.com. We've got thermoses with touch panels on the top that will tell you the temperature. We've got thermos mugs, cable ties, tweezers, whatever you want to call them, multi-tools, and so much more coming. So definitely check that out. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know exactly what to do, and I will see you in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.